Yo, right here in the small box, we got FD Signifier. We're gonna go to his other channel, FD Streams. I don't condone violence, but let's go ahead and lock in with this one, bro. Y'all know how we start this, right? So let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Like, look what we doing, man. Look what we doing. And then people saying, oh, nah, it's okay. It's cool. He's just joking. He's not serious when he says it. Really? Because that bass in your voice says otherwise when he be talking crazy. Oh, he's not serious, but you speaking very sternly for a grown man. Let's dive in with the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live, like right now. Let's get started, bro.
This shit right here obviously got me to sit down and turn the camera on. Unkside chats. I like that. I like that. We might brand that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So this is Adin Ross in the top upper left. This is Doechii in the top upper right. And the bottom left is Glasses Malone. And the bottom right is Trap Bradshaw. I'm not familiar with Trap Bradshaw. I'm familiar with Glasses Malone because he's a rapper, West Coast cat, and I actually just did a Culture United with him a couple of weeks ago with Justin Hunt. Shout out to Justin Hunt. It was me, Justin Hunt. It was some young sister, I don't recall her name right now, but she was great. A couple of other folks. It was a good time. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about Diddy. We talked about hip hop, red pill, etc. And I ain't gonna front. There were some moments where Glasses Malone said some things I was like, but I make it a point to try not to overly intellectualize the sensibilities of dudes really from the streets. Does that make sense? I have been very lucky to have a certain disposition in life, a certain experience. I didn't grow up on the south side of Chicago. I didn't grow up in the Wild Hundreds. I didn't grow up on Old Block. I grew up in the south suburbs. They ain't like normal suburbs in other places around the country, but it ain't Compton. It ain't the SWATs of Atlanta, etc. And because of that, and then I went back and most of my adult life have in some capacity worked in the streets, right? If I wasn't teaching in high needs, low income communities, I was a social worker, whatever. And I learned early on that I don't care, I always pull in my books. I don't care how much Frank B. Wilkerson, whatever books I got down here, I thought I had George Jackson down here. I don't care how many books you read in your academic or intellectual study, the truest radicals are always gonna end up being the people closest to the struggle. And while I would love if every hardcore street dude had minimum intersectional feminism 101, black radical thought 202, Marxist leftist theory 303. If we could get a primer on all of those to every nigga in the street across the country, we fix all the problems in 6 months. That would be nice. But that's not a real practical praxis thing. So the thing I'm not gonna do, I'm gonna always be careful about, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do it, that's not being honest. The thing I'm always gonna be hesitant to do is to browbeat lecture leftist theory to real street dudes with certain codes that I don't even have to understand. So Glasses was saying stuff and I was like, that's real on a lot of levels. I'll fuck with dudes' energy. I wish, all these high-minded leftist things, but there's so much value in what's being said here in a practical sense. And so I really appreciated his presence on the pod that night. And I appreciate it because I was like, man, here's where on one end, I was like, and on the other end, I was like, I feel you. We were talking about Diddy. And Glasses is basically like, the problem with Diddy is that didn't nobody fuck Diddy up early in the game. That people close to Diddy should have fucked Diddy up. Now, I found that to be overly simplified. And I talked about it that night, right? But there's a truth to what he's saying. The problem with that framework is the streets are so compromised that whatever code you think should exist or does exist in the streets, if you pay enough money, that code disappears. And that's just historically accurate. And that's every street, everywhere, forever. That's the Italian mafia. That's the Japanese Yakuza. That's whatever they got in India, Malaysia, South Africa. The streets end up responding to
Is your name really Nintendo? What's good, bro? How you feeling?
Money before anything because the nature of the streets is lack and exploitation and surviving. But fundamentally, that is correct. If somebody would have seen some shit Diddy was doing early in the game, smacked fire out of Diddy, and took away his ability to do what he was doing, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did for as long as he did it. Fundamentally, I agree with Glasses. So put a pin there for a second. That's Glasses Malone's disposition. You might have to slap motherfuckers that don't act right. So pulling back, Adin Ross. Adin Ross is a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit streamer. Somebody said chat, is he the most popular? Was he the most streamed person this year? If he's not the most, he was like top 5. You know, it's probably Kai, you right. Kai, then Speed. He's in that top tier of streamer people. And he's this true piece of shit. Epitome of shitty internet dudes is Adin Ross. For whatever reason, I guess because he's also connected to academics and like that whole area of streamer guys, he has targeted Doechii for well over a year now. It seemingly has been enough that Doechii sent a subliminal shot to Adin Ross in this new song. I'm gonna play it real quick.
All that industry plant shit whack. I see it on the blogs. I see you in the chats. You suck every rap, make a dick from the back. But what's the agenda when that it girl black?
So many people see that as an Adin Ross subliminal, right? You know, I see y'all hating in the chat because Adin Ross, along with the academics type people, you know, they say, oh, Doechii's an industry plant, you know, all these things, whatever. And they've been sowing like the Doechii hate. Let's not act like we didn't see it, right? This year started on a lot of weird, trumped up Doechii hate. Weird Doechii hate that I did not get because people, and it's really people who just not locked into certain aspects of hip hop too tough. Because Doechii's been around. I've said this for years. I am a day one Doechii fan. Yucky Blucky Fruitcake or whatever that weird song name is. That's like 2019. That's like 2020. She was on the Madden 23 soundtrack.
Y'all calling me crazy? When a bitch spins some adults like rabies?
So this didn't come from nowhere. She's been hot for a second. She was an underground hype.
Just go to her YouTube page. Nintendo FD is your favorite YouTuber? Love to see it, bro. You're in the right spot too, by the way. Tap in. Bro, just go to her YouTube page and start scrolling. Go to her official YouTube page, start scrolling. Her career started way before all this, bro. When she used to do them little vlogs and all that, throw a little song here and there. She been doing this.
If I could use an updated term, she was an unsigned hype figure. And so when she blew up as a dark-skinned black woman in hip hop, the first to blow up in forever, to keep it a buck, the first to blow up since Lauren? Has there been a truly dark-skinned black woman in hip hop to blow between Doechii and Missy? Let me know in the chat. I'm sure I'm forgetting. Mona Leo. I don't know who that is. Oh. My bad. I don't know who that is. Flo Milli, like, so I'm talking about blow.
That's crazy that you said that. Flo Milli, for that sound of music, Flo Milli did what she's doing what she's doing because she ain't done. But she hasn't blown up like that. We're talking international, okay? That's why I said Missy Elliott, and that's why, hey, I remember I said Missy Elliott the last video. FD saying Missy Elliott too. So I know I'm on the right page. Speaking about dark-skinned black female rapper. Since Missy? Bruh, come on, bruh. But look, I've been listening to Flo Milli for a bit. Like, she got bops, but the bops are for TikTok. TikTok doesn't equate to international success. That's online success. Online, you're already touching the international stage. But we're talking in the physical, not the digital. So you got to consider that point. Flo Milli is good. She's nowhere near this.
Flo Milli she had a moment. Tierra Whack came close, you're right. No Name came close, but none of them, like, no, y'all missing me. And maybe it's because I'm thinking of it through a different lens that's older. Doechii is a superstar right now. It's not like, oh, this is new dope. Meg, I'll give you maybe, but Meg is a little bit lighter. Meg is a shade lighter, you know. But now we got to get into a weird area. But y'all get my point. My point is, there's a lot of improbability.
You're right about Lauryn Hill. You're right about Lauryn Hill. I'm trying to see if I can find anything, but I can't really find anything. You're right about Lauryn Hill.
About Doechii blowing up, but Doechii blowing up is still a big deal, and she earned that shit. And so Adin and the whole, you know, quasi OVO connected community, Adin's been talking shit for well over a year, along with the rest of them, because that could have easily been towards academics. That could have easily been towards DJ Vlad, probably. You know, Adin Ross takes that and does this bullshit. I don't know who these motherfuckers are. I don't know who this.
Y'all first time seeing.
I don't know who this nigga is. I don't know who this nigga is. I don't know who none of these niggas is around Adin Ross.
Hey, Nintendo, that's a good point, though. That is a really good point. She was plus size, and that was not a good look in the industry back then, especially back then. And she still did what she needed to do. And then when she lost the weight, oh, no, she went crazy.
At some point in time, I'm not even gonna play it. We're gonna leave it alone. At some point in time, Adin Ross, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Cuff'em, whoever that is, you know, some other random young coons do a song with Adin Ross dissing Doechii. So we got Jewish neo-Nazi, some cool niggas, and a Mexican pedophile dissing Doechii. Bunch of bums. Thank you, Pink Dotsky. And so they released this diss track, and it's all funny. It's all fun and game, right? Within 24 hours, coming back to what I was just talking about with Glasses Malone and the revolutionary potential of street niggas. Within 24 hours, this is Glasses Loke on his stream.
Talking shit about Doechii. There's no way you gonna think this cool. There's no way you think this gonna be cool.
You can't do that.
You thinking you popping and talking shit about that sister, I'm gonna fuck what she said to that art. You keep calling her names, bro, I swear to God on Olivia, bro, it's going to come to a place where that's like, it's permanent. You can't take that off. AD let you get away with it the first time. He should have fucked you around and he didn't. Niggas keep letting you get it off because they want to be cool with you. It's one thing to say, hey, man, you know what? That lady ain't said your name, so you assuming it, you finna start calling her out her name. I'm telling you right now, 7th Street Crit, nigga not going for that.
So I want to skip to the end a little bit.
No, but you think you finna sit on that stream. I saw you do that little thing with that black dude, and that black dude tried to be cool and tell you, but that black dude is gonna have a problem. You think it's gonna be your problem. Y'all better start checking these motherfucking crackers for saying all this shit about niggas, man. That shit ain't happening. Don't let these people sit up there and publicly talk bad about a sister. Cool, go on the booth, make your songs. That's cool, that's art. Don't think you finna sit on that stream and just be talking about that black woman like that. That shit is not happening, bro. That's cool, diss her. Don't get on that motherfucking thing and think we supposed to let you just keep talking shit about this black lady. No chance.
At some point he says, and this is where it gets interesting to me. He says, I don't even know where he's at. He says, I'm gonna press the niggas around them because I know them niggas and I know where they're at. And he's talking about this it's not a modern phenomenon if I want to keep it real, but it's reached heights that like are obscene, where people like Adin Ross, DJ Vlad, Adam 22, Trap Lord Ross, these white folks get into black spaces and they have no decorum. And this is why, going back to what I said on the stream yesterday, for those who missed it, it'll be a video out about it. This is why I don't really take the white people in hip hop bad conversation seriously, because the only people that meaningfully have that conversation are usually in community with the best white people in hip hop spaces. Because the worst crackers in hip hop are immune because they're protected by the worst niggas in hip hop. I'm gonna say that again. The worst white people involved in hip hop media and hip hop music production and hip hop anything are shielded and protected by the worst niggas possible that they keep cross-pollinating. Nobody wants to move these motherfuckers off the board. And then when Anthony Fantano doesn't like a rap album, niggas want to get the righteous niggas.
What's poppin', Raina? How you feeling? Welcome back.
To be like, why don't check Anthony Fantano? Like, look, we ain't at that point right now. And don't get me wrong, there's always discussions to have around white people and black people business, period. I want to be clear on that. But we got to start from the bottom. And the bottom is right here. 20-year-old white streamers, Jewish neo-Nazis, doing the most racist shit with impunity and their legion of protective layers. Yeah, and there's my new thing, right? So I'm not gonna say his name. But there's a particular streamer figure that runs in these circles that tries to both sides shit, and I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I don't like the fact, like, I don't like none of these protective layer niggas who run with these overtly racist, actively racist streamer people. I saw this person's video this morning when I was trying to get to the bottom of this, and I was like,
I know you're not talking.
He's gotta be talking about academics. That's the only person. And we just heard what academics said. What is dumb ass? So
I know you not talking. I'm not gonna say it. Please stop guessing in the chat. Don't do no guessing in the chat. Cause real talk, it's probably like 4 or 5 of them. But in particular, and I was like, y'all niggas ain't been on code this whole time because you're getting paid. Because there's clout for that. And the funniest thing is, I'm not gonna even find this either. Immediately when Adin Ross sees this, he calls Whack 100, and that broke my heart. And don't get me wrong, Whack 100 has been who he is for a while now. What is there to say? The reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I want to celebrate what Glasses is presenting here. Because I may be wrong, but I gotta believe that there's still some sense of a code with folks really in that world around this shit right here. Because I guarantee you, whoever cuffing...
Yo, get dude out of here. I don't care for your music right now, bro. How you gonna come in here not even say hi, not even pay attention to what we listening to? You think I'm gonna care about your music right now? With what's going on in the culture? Hell no, get dude out of here, bro. I ain't got no time for this. Because y'all know me. This got me heated. This whole conversation got me heated. I'm just gonna let this video fly, so I'm gonna start talking.
Is I guarantee you Cuff'em is not from those streets. And it used to be where you had to engage with certain figures in certain lifestyles to move freely through the hip hop and entertainment industry. And I'm sure there's a capacity for that again. And I don't want people to get dangled out of windows, but there has to be a thing where we aren't allowing the Adin Rosses of the world to call up pocket coon, give me a word. I can say coons, actually. We can say coons, we can't say saltines. But there has to be a world where these streamers can't call up their pocket coons to protect them, to defend them from...
They got the power that they have from the idiots that the industry's using. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these dudes in the industry, they're puppets. These guys are puppets. They're throwing these puppets over here and saying, go do what you got to do to promote your music. But remember the first day when we talked about this, when we were talking about all this news? Bro, when it comes to a rapper on a platform with Adin Ross, just look at this for a second. You got a rapper on this side and Adin Ross on this side. The rapper's trying to promote his music, right? So think about it like this. Rapper trying to promote his music, he's here. This is the level of fame and clout that he has. By him being on Adin Ross's platform, that makes Adin Ross go up in numbers like crazy. It's basically the streamer. When the rapper comes on the stream, the streamer is getting more clout than the rapper. The rapper assumes that, oh, with all these people here, they're going to go stream my music. But we already talked about streams and how useless that is. You need the physical sales. You don't need the streams. So the industry is literally throwing y'all over here to give the rappers power over to the streamer. That's why a lot of streamers got clout like rappers. Because they be around those same artists thinking, oh, this person's that guy. I could never be him. Bro, you're taking their superpowers like it's Space Jam. You're getting the clout. That's why a lot of streamers move like rappers. Because they're getting the clout from the same rappers that be putting up to their platforms to push them. Now take that and apply it to Adin Ross and look at how many rappers he had on his platform. Those same dudes that have no idea about the music industry that got used like real life sock puppets are the same reason why Adin Ross is moving the way he's moving today. You don't need to be on a stream. Rappers don't need to be on a stream. Artists don't need to be on a stream. Y'all don't need that. All you got to do is figure out a way to sell to your community. That's it. Streaming is cool, but streaming don't get you paid. We figured that out when we found out Billboard is the one controlling the weight of a stream. And it wasn't even Spotify this whole time. Spotify is just an application. Bro, these individuals in the music industry really don't know nothing for real. I feel bad, but at the same time, I cannot protect stupidity. Why would I want to protect stupidity? Because if you protect stupidity, look what we got with Adin Ross today. You got an idiot talking crazy about black women, and he's just going to sit there and think, oh, ain't nobody going to stop me. They can't stop me. Oh, no, we coming. We coming. Them wolves are coming out the forest. They howling right now. All right? Glass Malone started howling. Oh, no, they pulling up. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, all it takes is one phone call. And even if nothing happens right now, it's going to get worse. So go ahead and keep talking crazy. Because it's just going to amplify and multiply what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. I'm not wishing violence, but at the same time, this man deserves to be slapped, punched in his mouth. His mouthpiece should be bleeding with the way he be talking. You can't talk like that about black women thinking you going to get away with it. You can't give out N-word passes thinking that you from this. You must be colorblind because you trying to confuse the blacks with the whites and the whites with the blacks. You out here got reptile vision, snake. The hell?
From their racist bullshit. I'm not expecting everybody to be perfect. I'm not expecting everybody to have the exact same politics and outlook I have. But Adin Ross is only here because of black people and rappers. So homework for everybody in the chat. Homework is Reduxity's video on Kai Cenat. This video, I've only talked to Reduxity like once or twice. Because Reduxity's like, that's a different level of like laser focus this man has. But this video was a video after my own heart. It was so good and it was so pointed and it did everything I like a video like this to do. And while my videos are often, tinged with old nigga shit, unk shit, as y'all say, this is the type of video I would make if I was in my 20s. But if I take my brain and put it into a 25-year-old me, it would be this video. This is a very, very good video specifically for what we're talking about right now. And you've probably already seen this one, but I'm gonna put it up there anyway, because this blew up something crazy. Is this joint right here from Pillboy. 800,000 views in 3 weeks, that's beautiful. So both of those videos really get into the topic. We gotta be clear. We always have to remember these are structural challenges. These are structural challenges. Capitalism and white supremacy incentivize certain behavior, and the least scrupulous of us will participate in that behavior to make money. It is what it is. It's hard to, you have to just get everybody to be like, you know what? We're going to sacrifice the money and clout. That's again why I love Speed, even though Speed still does run in some of these circles. Speed is also.
I love both of them. I love Speed and Kai because even though their upbringing was a lot different from how we were, because they started streaming at a young age. So the knowledge and information that they gain is very limited because they got to focus on their stream. So when they go out there and say something wrong, instead of just hating, that's the point where we got to educate. You got to raise the village up, man. This culture ain't selfish. It's not supposed to be selfish. A lot of people can benefit off the culture regardless of where your status is. As long as you give to the culture gonna give back. You better speak on that true fleck. Girl, I got you. Don't even worry about it, Raina. Let me tell you that. But when it comes to supporting streamers, I'll support Speed and Kai for sure. Of course, there's learning that they got to do off stream that makes them an outstanding and better individual. And I see the steps that they're taking. Speed right now living his best life in Africa. Africa is letting him know that you can come back. The whole, like, wherever he go, they're all letting him know you can come back here everywhere else that he went outside of Africa are letting him no, don't come here. Isn't that crazy? The simple switch up, like, forget people explaining it to you, just to see it happen in front of you. It's so substantial. He out here dancing with the locals, having good conversation, is good vibe, good energy, zero hate. Anywhere outside of here, he's just getting monkey emojis, banana emojis. People call him monkeys in public. Bro, go where you're loved. I'm telling the same thing to freaking Adin Ross. Stay out of this and stay where you're loved. Stay over there. You built that. Why are you trying to bring your community over here to just disrupt everything we're trying to build up? Times are tough. It's not easy to build up this culture. This ain't a joke. This is a serious thing. And the more that we let it slip through our fingers is the worse that is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Stay over there. You built what you built on your platform. Stay there. You don't need to come here no more. Go find some people to go be around on your stream. Go call some of them rock bands. Go call some of them. Go get some of them pop stars. Go call Kesha. Go call Lady Gaga. Tell them to come on your stream. Why don't you do that? Why are you coming here for? Why are you coming here disrespecting the women, knowing that the women are they literally just like, they the support system around this culture. They make sure this culture stay float. But you want to come here and try to pop the bubble around this mug. Are you crazy? Why do you think everybody's speaking up for? Because you trying to destroy what we built up. Using the backs of the niggas that help you became who you is. Like, that's why I gotta say something. I know I'm not in America. I know I'm Canadian. But you think I'm gonna just sit on my side, on this Canada side, and think the same thing that y'all got, we got here. We got black women all over this place. And you think I'm just not gonna say nothing? Are you crazy? I'm gonna stand on my square. I'm gonna stand right beside everybody else and let them know, like, yo, little boy, you gotta stop it too. Because you acting crazy. That's how people get got. You're not safe. I don't care who you call. You can call the Go-Go Power Rangers. They get beat up too. The hell? Go call the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They got beat unconscious. Call who you want to call. Call Voltron. I swear Voltron got destroyed a couple times. Bruh, you not good, bro. You can't talk like that. You done lost your mind? Now go ahead and call some army soldiers. They can trip and fall too. Bro, listen, one thing about that universe, man. One thing about that universe, when you tip the universe just one side too heavy, it's gonna balance out. You know? Every dog is gonna have his day. Right now, Adin is having his day. But, you know, when day turn to night, that's when them werewolves come out. And them werewolves are vicious. Them werewolves don't play. So, you know what I'm saying? You never know. But you got to cut it out. Apologies ain't going to fix this no more. We are way past apologies. I don't even know how you can fix it. Is there even a way to fix this? No. Let's get that out of the way. No. There's no way to fix this. This is how far you've brought it. I don't care what kind of apology you got. Nah, you cook, bro.
Very clearly, purposefully creating space between him and a lot of those types of people.
Oh, I wanted there to be more video, bro, but nah, bro. Like I'm saying, man. This gotta end. And this should be a lesson to everybody. This moment should be a lesson to everybody. This is what happens when you sit on the sidelines long enough. When you bench yourself long enough, it's going to get to a point where they're going to start crossing over here. and looking around and seeing how open this space is. Wow. This the culture they talking about. I don't see a lot of people around here. But I got a lot of friends with me. So y'all come here. Come here. They got open space right here. Go get yourself a plate. I guess everybody inside. Man, would you look at, there's so much space around here. And they got good food just out on tables. Man, I wonder where everybody went. Huh. That's a lesson, bro. That's a lesson. You can't sit down no more. I know it's difficult. Trust me, I'm right there with you. The economy, everything, life. This ain't a joke, but this is what happens when you just don't, this is what happens when you just don't take care of it. You got to take care of this. The culture is not to be played with. You got to take care of the culture so the culture can evolve and be strong and be great. You can't sit down no more, bro. Listen, there's ways to support this. There's ways to rebuild this. But once we get these walls back up, bro, we got to maintain this. The heck, how are you supposed to keep this around forever if we don't continue to maintain the walls and the architecture around here? You know? Like, what are we willing to do? What kind of time are we willing to give to this thing? So we can make sure that we can keep it up and keep the lights on around here and make sure that gate is closed over there. Like, they have black women, but use their voice to include an AI. Look at Zanaya Monet. Yo, don't even get me started on social media, especially like Instagram or TikTok, how they're using AI dark-skinned women to push and promote things, and the people that own the platforms are not even black. Zanaya Monet is one thing, but what's going on with AI is stepping outside of music and stepping into influencer lifestyle, using AI influencers to push influence marketing. For people that don't know about influence marketing, it's straightforward. You use a popular influencer or a very good-looking influencer to push and promote your product or business, whatever. That's all it is. It's the same thing that's going on with Drake and Adin Ross in the Rico case. The same thing. That was influencer marketing that they use to bring in all these users into the website for stake. Same thing. You got two big influencers. You got Aubrey and you got Piss Boy Adin. Put them together, boom. Flood everything to stake. They get money. They get money thrown back at them. Same thing. It's just, now look at AI. Look what AI doing. You know? This ain't no joke, bro. This is some real ish right here. I'll tell you that right now. Gatekeeping must happen with people who care about the culture. Amen. Amen. But it's tough nowadays because the culture just be letting anybody in this mug. So how you gonna gatekeep it when the door is wide open? That's the biggest challenge. And me personally, I don't even think you can do that. So the best thing you can do is just maintain this area, this surface area that we got. All this space that we have, just gotta maintain it some way and somehow. I'll tell you that. But it's gonna be a challenge now that it's gotten to this level. Bro. All it took was one person. All it took was one person. It took the right mother to let everybody know enough's enough. You know what I'm saying? It's a wicked world, man. Real talk. Real talk, bro.